Joining us now, Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett, a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee. Welcome, Congressman.
Thank y'all for having me.
This indictment, certainly uncharted territory, both legally and politically, as far as a historical precedent. How significant is the action of indicting a former U.S. president, especially, I mean, the legal gymnastics that were performed here would make Bella Caroli, I think, of the Olympics proud.
Yes, sir. Olga Corbett from my generation, man. But thank you. No, I think it's very telling. You know, Nancy Pelosi's tweet said that, you know, he'll get a chance to prove his innocence. I think that really typifies what the left is doing. That's just a complete fabrication of justice, if you will. We're innocent until proven guilty in this country, and they're turning the tables, of course. I think it's also very telling the contributions, not the $5 million. I mean, honestly, a lot of Trump supporters could write that check at the breakfast table. The reality is over $1 million are unique contributors, which means they are new contributors that have never contributed before. And that's what happened, the groundswell that elected President Trump in the first place. The other telling thing is the moderate Republicans. You know, us conservatives, we're going to step over ourselves to praise Trump. But you're seeing moderates like Jeb Bush and others step up and say, hey, this is bogus, and I think we know it. And if you look at too, the number of you've had several folks in this New York office have resigned over this thing. You're not hearing that in the national media, of course. And the fact that the case is it's a misdemeanor. They're treating it like a felony. The statute of limitations is run. But I agree that he will not get a fair trial, and he will not. This is just a complete. He's getting hosed from top to bottom. That's not a legal term, but it's the reality. And now you're seeing Soros, of all people, step back from it. I mean, the guy's got $1 million invested in this clown, and now he's stepping back. You know, and it's very obvious. I don't live in New York, obviously, by my accent. I'm East Tennessee, the only place in America where people don't speak with an accent.
He's from the Bronx.
I didn't even recognize you having an accent there, Congressman.
Yeah. Man, I'm not even from North Tennessee, brother. But I think it's very evident to everyone out here. I've spoke to lawyers. I've spoke to just working class, my fireman buddies. What's going on here, and this is just igniting the masses. And you'll see a mass of people now going to say, well, I'm going to run for president of the Republican Party, and all that's going to do is elect Trump, because it will boil down to name recognition and people that are ticked off. And I can assure you that President Trump's base is incredibly ticked off. This is just like the Russian indictment, all this other stuff that's been trumped up, for lack of a better term. It never sticks, and everybody knows it, but it wears on the president. And I spoke to President Trump. I guess it was last week, and and I could tell it's wearing on him. And we need to pray for President Trump. We need to pray for our country, because we are losing our country, folks.
Congressman, 30 seconds. Trump's going to speak Tuesday night. What do you think he's going to say? Again, just 30 seconds.
I think he's going to, if it's possible for him to take the gloves off anymore, I think he's going to come out swinging. I know the moderates and all these advisors will say, oh, you need to talk, oh, I'm sorry, and me. That's not Trump. And that's why he was elected. And that's why those folks are still unemployed looking for a presidential candidate. He will come out swinging, which we know he will. And I think eventually the public's going to, he might not get a fair trial in New York, but in the public appeal, he will get a fair trial, because people know he's innocent.
Thank you so much, Congressman Tim Burchett.